I'm Wanda Cologne, and this is Spanglish Cooking. I'm super excited today because I have my friend here, James Michael, who did my makeup.
Awesome.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome. So what we're going to be doing today are homemade Halloween candles. And what I love about these is that they're really inexpensive to make, and they're safe for your kids, and they're really cool looking. So what I have here is toilet paper roll, and I have some embellishments and some tea lights. We have our little hot glue gun, because you know me and my hot glue gun. And James is making a larger one, so I actually just cut out a roll of my gift paper wrap. And I cut it in an angle, and the reason I did that is so that his can actually look like the wax is melted in an angle, because that's really the way candles work. All right, so you ready to get started?
Yes, right.
Okay, so what we're first gonna do is, you have a little rock.
Okay.
And you just want to put tape. You already taped the bottom of your roll. So I'm going to use my little handy painter's tape. So I'm taping the bottom. You can ask me why.
Why are you taping the bottom? I was going to say, how long did it take you to finish that toilet paper?
After we put all the embellishments all over everything and the hot glue gun, it gets really top heavy. So by putting a rock at the bottom, it steadies it.
Okay.
So that's it. So that's basically the first thing. And then we're going to make like a little cradle with the tape for our tea light.
Okay.
So we're going to be using some more tape. Here, I'll cut a couple pieces for myself. And then you can do the same. And basically you're just going to go in here like that. Deep enough so that your tea light falls in there nicely. See, like that. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, because once you start loading up the glue, it'll totally just fit in there, and we'll glue it in there too, so it's totally fine. All right. Now what you're going to do, James, is just start at the top, and you want it to run down, because that's what's going to give it that whole candle effect. So I'm showing you. And you see how it's dripping down?
Yes.
That's exactly what you want. And you want that all over the toilet paper roll and your gift wrap roll, because that's what's going to give it that texture of a melted candle. All right, so you want to start doing that, and also glue your little embellishment on your roll.
Should I glue the embellishment on first? Or
yes.
Okay.
Because you want the glue to drip down over it. So I have a bunch of little skeleton heads. And what's really great about these is that you can cut little holes in just to fit the head in, and that'll secure it really well. So I'm going to do that. So you go ahead and use the glue. I'm going to make just little cuts, just big enough so that my skeleton head can fit in there nicely, and just like shove it in there. And then later I'm going to glue them all in to secure them. All right, that looks awesome. You could put more, like you could definitely put more, have it coming all the way down. What's really great about this project too, it's like you basically can't make a mistake. Like the more glue you use, the better it's gonna look.
And then once we're finished doing this, what happens next?
Okay, so then we have to make sure that it dries completely, and then we paint them.
Oh, so they're not staying like this?
No, they're getting... That looks awesome. I love it. It looks really fantastic.
It too. They're going to look really cool.
All right, so can I use this now? Perfect. So I'm basically going to do the same thing, but I'm going to start with the little heads and make sure that they're nice and secure in there. And don't worry if you cut your little hole too big. As long as the skeleton is nice and glued in there, it's going to be fine. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add some glue to it, let it drip down. If it's over my skeleton, that's even better. That's it. Let's let it sit here and dry, and then we'll go get the paints.
Awesome.
Cool. Okay, is yours dry?
Dry.
Awesome. So now all you need to do is just get some craft paint, and yours is black.
Just start painting?
And just start painting it,
Awesome.
And just get underneath the skeleton and around it. And if you have some dripping, try to paint that, but not the skeleton.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to paint mine white. And make sure you cover all the tape.
Okay.
And I got a little excited, so I started painting mine.
I was about to ask, do we take the tape off or do we leave it on?
No, just make sure that you cover the tape. And because mine is smaller, it was just a little bit quicker to just paint. And already it looks cool. Awesome. Like that looks really awesome. What I want to do with this one while you're painting that is I want to kind of age it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I have my burnt umber, and these are just raw tints that you can get at any paint store, and a lot of times they have them at craft store. They have just a little raw umber paint. You can use that as well. This is used to tint actual acrylic, actually all kinds of paint. You can tint oil and acrylic, and a very little goes a long way.
Use the same brush for it?
I'm using a natural bristle brush, and the reason is because it's pretty much like I'll be able to use this just one time.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to take it and brush it on just like that, almost like a dry brush. You see that?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to take my napkin and take most of it off. And so now it's just going to look like it's old instead of like a crisp white. See that?
I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. That looks awesome. That looks really fantastic. Make sure you paint the wax that's dripping on the skeleton.
Okay.
So you have to be a little more careful there, but you know you can. Yeah, that's perfect. So another really simple craft. Perfect for Halloween. And you put your little tea light in.
These are so cute.
Awesome. So James is painting his little tea light black because he loves to pay attention to those details. But here are our little Spanglish Halloween candles. I love them. Thanks for watching Spanglish Cooking.